All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday's edition of Lunch Bunch. We have Mr. Cody McNeely with us today, and he is going to talk about a tool that is pretty new, I think. I've never heard of it, so I'm really excited to learn about it. Ms. Gregory, do you have anything to add?
No, excited to learn. Cody is an innovative teacher. He's really into technology. I think that's his jam. So I'm excited to learn today.
All right. So, Cody, when you're ready, take it away.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. What I really like about this tool is that it can be used in any content area like Kahoot or quizzes or anything like that. It's freemium right now because we're in the pandemic. Everything's free. They're based out of England, the company is, but I checked and did the math. If you want to subscribe to it after the pandemic's over, it's roughly $1.50 a month, which is super cheap compared to all the other stuff. So it is like an assessment tool, rewards, and good brain breaks. Here's some things I wish I knew before I started using. It's mastery-based and gamified, which pretty much means they have 3 chances to get it right. And then if they don't get it right in those 3 chances, it moves the question to the end and makes them redo it until they get it right. The games are randomized between each question. So just because someone plays a game, it doesn't mean they have mastered the question or content standard, whatever it is you're having the quiz over. And it is based in brain science. So this idea right here of pleasure and rewards, especially rewards for hard work, are associated with the generation of dopamine in the brain, which is in turn associated with long-term memory. So pretty much in short, with the gamification, that helps with their knowledge. And then this is a picture I have as a student when we played in class, when we were still face-to-face. Okay, like I said, it can be used at any age level or content area. It has true or false, multiple choice, matching, fill in the blank, flashcards, listen and type, which would be really good for like foreign language, sequencing. It also has phonics and blocks for those of you who are in early elementary, which I think is super cool. The assessment piece, this is what it looks like. Now, what I have noticed, because it is new, it still has some glitches. This was back when we were face-to-face. This student, and I took their names off, had completed it, but it wasn't showing up in the dashboard. So what I have them do is I have them screenshot their score at the end and upload it to Schoology as an assignment. So I kind of know where they fall. So this is a link if you want to learn a little bit more about that, just how the science behind it works. And I need you to go to oodlu.org, create an account, and we are going to get started because we're going to play some games that are Christmas themed. And my side looks a little different than yours. Actually, let me share this with you again so you can see the teacher side. So when you create a game, it's going to pop up here. Okay, to assign it, you're going to go to Actions because we're doing Christmas trivia, Set to Group. You're going to choose which group you want it to go as, and then you're going to say if it's formative or summative, and then you're going to hit save. Once everyone is in the group, which I will get that sign up, hold up real quick. They should see that and be able to start playing. Okay, so I'm going to pause sharing so y'all can still have that up. Sign up as a student, type in this code, and you should be able to start playing right away. And like I said, between each question, it'll randomize the game that you get to play.
Cody, I like how it's just easy to join with that group code and oodlu.org. So it would be easy to share in Schoology and also in Google Classroom for those elementary people. I think it'll be pretty simple. You can share it also in your Zoom, in your chat with your kids. So is that how you do it?
Yes, and what I usually just have the code on there with the assignment that says, hey, upload here the score for whatever it is we're doing that day. Then let me show you one other thing. So as you all play your game, you're going to get something called.
Before you move on, Cody, so do all your students need to register before playing the game?
Yes.
Okay.
As you all play the game, you'll get something called oodles. It's like points. And then you can create little rewards. So I usually have like a candy rewards, like if you get 200 points, you can redeem that for a piece of candy and things of that sort, if you want to go that route.
From a teacher's perspective, was it difficult to get rolling, understand, all the little aspects of it?
No, it's actually really easy to use. The kids really seem to like it. I will say though that there's a few games on there. I haven't figured out which ones yet though, because the kids like to move on pretty quick to try to get all the points that are a little glitchy and don't let you move on. So they'll have to restart if they get one of those games.
Okay, Cody, could you give the code one more time? We've got some viewers who need the student code again.
Yes, ma'am.
When it gets that code up, and then I can share that in the chat. So then we will, Miss Fowler has it.
Awesome. And so I'm in there, Cody, and maybe you already said this because I was trying to get in, but it's up to the student to choose which game they play, but it's all the same questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I love that for student choice. Like they can choose the setup, but you're still choosing the questions. And so I love that piece.
I was going to say that too. I think they're going to feel more in control with that. And I think you're going to get a lot of buy-in with that. So that's pretty cool.
And I really noticed that my kids who like to play video games really latched onto this as opposed to something like Quizzes or Kahoot.
That is good to know. And then my other question is, if can people still join after like you've started the game, or how does that work?
Yes. So of course my side looks different. But on your side, after you type in the group code, there should be 4 little buttons. The one on the far left, I think, says something like assignments or games or something. They're going to click that, and then all the things assigned to them, they can just go through and start doing them.
Okay, I'm over here playing, Cody, and I am not a good gamer. That's what I know for sure now. But I like that they have to answer a question, then they get to play. They have to answer a question, then they get to play. So it adds that fun to it.
And that comes in with the brain science that's supported on the website and really retrieval practice. So it forces them to think. And the more we give them those breaks between questions, it forces that more into long-term memory.
I like that science behind it. They've already done that, legwork for you. Sometimes it's hard to know if a tool or a resource is beneficial, and they've given you that information up front.
I know, which is why I really wanted to try the tool when it came out, and I thought, oh, that's really neat. And the kids have really seemed to like it so far.
Okay, so a couple of things before we move on. Number one, it's telling me that I need think time. Does it do that when students are just trying to click through, or does it give you think time just every so often on questions, Cody?
It gives you think time when you get a question wrong. So it forces you to sit there and think about it so you can choose the right answer.
So guys, I got the Thanksgiving question wrong, but okay, awesome. So we've got a viewer who wants to see the teacher side now. So we're playing the game. Will you go show us what you see as a teacher?
Okay, so as a teacher, this is what it looks like when I log in. So content and games, this is where I create all my questions. If you want, you can search for questions in the question bank, but I have found that that's another glitch that doesn't work because it does not transfer to your side yet. They're working on that. I hope they get it fixed soon. And you'll just search for that in the search right here. This is the manage groups option. So let's just say I want to go to my 3A class. There's all my kids. If I go to analytics, it will tell me exactly who is struggling. Red is like they need a lot of remediation. Orange is they've kind of got it in the overall average. But then when you go and look at whole class, why is that now doing what I want it to do? Okay, so this one, it gives you performance, so like the top performers, the percentage that signed in and played the last 7 days and how much they played the last 24 hours. I can go in, click on details, see exactly what questions they got right, got wrong, how many times they had to redo a question. Let me find one of those.
This is powerful. This is a lot of good data. So here's also what I like about this, teachers out there who are in a virtual learning situation, which in Kentucky, it's everybody. This is not something I'd use my synchronous time in class on Zoom to do, but then would have them do this in asynchronous time, like an assignment after we're done with the direct instruction, because I don't think you're going to be pulling teeth to get kids to play this review game because it's gamified. They get to play in between questions. So it's definitely a tool to use in that asynchronous time for sure.
Right. So it has the question. If it's a check mark, it means they are not weak in that area. And then it tells me how many times it took them to get that question right. And then this is after, like if it moved to the end of the question queue, if they got it wrong so many times and how long they took to answer it. So I can just see if little Johnny is just speeding through, clicking through the questions. Or I can say, okay, this took this person a minute and a half to answer. That's probably something I need to reteach.
And I have a question about that information. So when your students are playing it, let's say they are playing it and you are watching them, can you see like live time feedback, like how they're doing, or is it come afterwards?
It comes afterwards in this assessment dashboard, which is the only thing I would really change. And I wish they would change that. But I think that's because they can have this data be more detailed. So I can click and see, it took them 3 minutes to answer this question as opposed to whatever, because I feel like the data dashboard would put a lot of pressure on the kids. And that's kind of their reasoning why. It takes that competitive piece out in a way.
I like how, I think there's more out there now. So it's not just quizzes over and over again. Your kids have choice now. And you kind of, as a teacher, I know you get tired of using that same tool over and over again. So this breaks up that monotony of those review games, and it's something new to throw in, keeps it fresh, and gives you some good data along the way too.
It really does. Now, only if they would get this dashboard fixed so I could see everything. That would be perfect. And last thing I need to show you all is how to do rewards if you want to do that. So right here, you just click create reward, type in what it is. So like they have the example, 10 minutes break time. And that's per kid. They get the points for answering the questions right. And then you set however many it is. And they redeem those on their own, and then it'll come up on your side. I haven't had any redeem yet, so I'm not really sure what that looks like yet. But it'll, like right here, it should say like so-and-so wants this, and you should be able to check it off after you give it to them.
And then I know we're closing up on time, but I'm going through it and then trying to moderate the chat too. It looks like there's lots of different types of questions that you could also put in there. It's not just fill in the blank. Like I'm on a sorting question, a matching question. So what are all the different types of questions, Cody? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but what are
That is true, false, multiple choice, text and image. So that might be good for like if you're in like a foreign language and you're having them match the colors to something. Matching, fill in the blank, flashcards, listen and type. So like those early childhood people could say a word and have a kid type it out. Sequences, phonics, and then blocks, which is more of the math thing. I haven't played around with that.
I do like that listen and type aspect of it. That's really great for those primary people who, I think you probably do like spelling words maybe in that way. Could you do it like that? Would that be possible with that listen and type?
I haven't tried it yet, but I don't see why you couldn't use it that way.
All right. Cody, you got anything else to add about this tool?
No, if anyone else has any questions, though, they're free to email me.
All right, we'll put that up there. Here's the bottom line. It's yet another assessment tool, again, just to add to your toolbox. I love what Dana said. As a teacher, sometimes if you're getting tired of the tool, then your students are getting tired of the tool. So we like variety. The brain likes variety. And so I love that this is just another tool that we can use. But this is the first one I've seen in a while that is gamified. So I really like that aspect too. And it's like anything, guys, you just got to get in there and play with it and make some mistakes and maybe fail forward. But thank you so much, Cody, definitely for sharing with us. Dana?
You're welcome.
Yes, Cody, thank you. I'll always love to learn new tools that I haven't heard of before. So next week we have on, I think the 15th, I believe, we're going to have a session on Hopper Docs. So I have one guest that is going to be on, but I would love to find one more. So if you are somebody who loves to make Hopper Docs, who uses Hopper Docs, reach out to me either on the forum or email me. Either way, just the easiest way for you. Call me, whatever you want to do. But I would really love to have one more person, a different perspective on Hopper Docs, because I think those are really powerful as well. And then I think we're going to finish out the month with at least going to talk about boom cards, because I know a lot of teachers use boom cards. And I've had a lot of people ask, oh, I'm not really sure how to use boom cards. So I know there are some Rockstar teachers out there that use them all the time, and I would love for them to walk everybody through that process. So next week will be 2 jam-packed, awesome lunch bunches. And I'm just going to close out by saying this week is Computer Science Week. And if you haven't gotten your kids coding, get them on Hour of Code. There's tons of coding resources out there. Shout out to Miss Nikki Thompson. She tweeted out that some of her kids were coding on Twitter. So I love that on the GC Forward hashtag. I've handed out some I've handed out some stickers, and I've handed out some magnets for those people who have shared out. So if you want one of those awesome magnets, share out on the hashtag. But until next week, have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a great Friday tomorrow, and we will see you on Lunch Bunch next Thursday. Thanks for watching, guys.